Hey, we got somebody here. Yeti, what's good, brother? What's good with you? Yo, what's up, nephew? What's good? What y'all rocking today? I know y'all smelling amazing. You got the whole line. You talking about the red, the sublime, the honor for glory, the amethyst, and oud for glory. You got all four of them. Hawas black. That's what's up. Going with that Hachivat feel, that smoky Hachivat. Yeah, it's hot as mofo today, so I've just got me on some of that North Stag Quattro, that Pacific Chill. The afternoon swim, Duke. I'll just grab that, throw that on. Ran out to the farmers market. Wifey got a booth up here where we sell like apple butter, chutneys, jellies, soaps, scrubs, stuff like that we make. What's good, Omar? So we got a booth down here on Saturdays. We come down here in the mornings and, get our little lick. Trying to get everything ready. Oh my God, I wish we'd get some rain. We had rain a couple of days ago and it was nice and cool. And it said, nah, that's all y'all get. Because it's been blaze. It is John Blaze out here today. Yeah, I actually have been thinking about doing that, like decanting some, selling some decants here at the market. Cause I know most of the people here don't really they don't want no full bottle, but to buy a decant, I think they would actually do that. So I was thinking about decanting some and selling some here at the market. But I don't know, my apple butters and my scrubs and soaps do all right. But I will be making a fragrance this year. No question about that. I've already talked to several people, and I just got to get in the lab and do it. Boy, I tell you, yes, sir. Well, especially look, I don't know about nobody else's, but mine is the bomb. Mine is the bomb. You know what I mean? I make a fresh batch every 2 weeks, my guy. Yes, sir. Look, I smell mine all the time, and I say that. I'm like, because in my apple butter, you know, I use allspice in mine as opposed to just, the cinnamon and the nutmeg or anything like that. I actually use allspice in mine. So, and a little bit of clove. So that allspice and that clove give it an extra spice. Mm. Yeah, it's that thing. But getting one to smell like that with the extra little bit of that allspice and that clove, that would be fire. Yeah, that's the thing to do. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of people do that at like the flea market and stuff around here. They'll go and buy a bunch of those Latifahs from like Burlington, and then turn around and sell them. They'll buy them for like $14 and turn around and sell them for like 20, 25, $30, and then people come and snatch them right on up. But our flea market here is mostly the Hispanic population. A lot of the Mexicans, go there. So they would probably be more inclined to buying the ones at the stockyard, because I'm one of the few people I know in this little country town that even wear anything. I, I'm I don't understand why people around here don't believe in wearing fragrances. Well, men don't. The ladies do. Jesus, I am glistening. I got the AC on full beezy. You said the essays love La Rive. Okay, I don't know nothing about them. I have to check them out. La Rive. Kay, Kay, I don't understand that either, dude. How can you not go out the house and not want to smell like young? How can you not want to smell Blaze every day? I don't understand it. I don't understand the concept, the science behind that. Because I got to have it. So they super cheap? Yeah, but super cheap as in price, or super cheap as in uh, quality as well. Because, that was the reason I never messed with clones and dupes all those years ago, because even though they were cheap, they smelled it as well. It wasn't up until like Assad and Oud for Glory and some of those other ones that came out, Tarati Blue, that came out, that was like beyond that level for $20-$30. And that started a whole new revolution as far as fragrances go. Ever since the induction of those fragrances, the clone game and the dupe game has taken a severe uptick. I know people like that, my guy. Yeah, I know people like that are too depressed, and their depression is the disability. They collect disability for depression. They actually collect disability for depression because they are unable to function, unable to get out of bed, unable to wash their own hind part. Look, look. Somebody need to go in there and spray her with some kerosene, some followed by kerosene. That'll wake her ass up. Go in there and hit her with some of that oud. Yeah, for Car Black, Kamra, Assad, those were the ones. Tarathi, those were the 4 or 5 fragrances that changed everything. because even now, a lot of people prefer those to the actual OG. I mean, if you got a good bottle of Assad, why would you need Sauvage Elixir? For real, for real. If you got one of the good bottles, I'm not talking about one of the cheap reformulated or the knockoff bottles. I'm talking about if you got one of the OG bottles, that thing was a monster. Club de Nuit, same thing. Creed is still mad probably to this day because they have reformulated that fragrance so much that people would rather have the Club de Nuit because you keep changing. They keep changing the formulation. They keep changing all the other stuff that, that made people want that fragrance, that made people love those fragrances. And when they changed those things and when they took those things out, what reason do people have to want to spend $400 for these fragrances that no longer smell the same as they did a year ago, 6 months ago? So when Club de Nuit and Lattafa and Afnan and Maison Alhambra and all these other clone companies, when they drop these ones and they're dropping them consistently, the only caveat being you might have to let it, mature a little bit because they're putting them out so quickly. That's the only real downside caveat. But I would much rather have to wait a couple of weeks and do that than have something that I'm just going to be like, it's not going to last. I'd rather wait a few weeks for it to give me, that lasting power than to have it for months and it still not last. Or it just not smell the same, missing something, not as well, not as blended as well, more heavy on this, more heavy on that. Like with the Aventus, you got the ones that are smokier, you got the ones that are heavier on the birch, the heavier on the oak moss, then you got some that are heavier on the pineapple. So, it's like, I just don't understand. How are you got the same fragrance, but you got 5 different formulations of it? A blend is supposed to be a blend. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Thank goodness. All right. Well, my wifey is done. I just popped on here for a minute, but I'm gonna jump back on when I get back to the house and change out of these hot ass clothes. But y'all be looking out for me. Give me a little while. I appreciate y'all coming through here. Y'all know what it is. Love, peace, hair grease.